and welcome to today's relaxation session outside in my garden. We're going to just get ourselves nice and comfortable, just sort of feel that rhythm of being outside, feeling that breeze against our skin, the warmth against our neck, and just settling in, getting ourselves nice and comfortable. You can see all the trees and leaves moving gently, your hair gently blowing. And all we're doing is focusing on our breathing, just taking nice, considered breaths in and out. Nothing too harsh or strong. Just slowly taking that time to reconnect with ourselves, to re-energize, to refresh, to allow ourselves this moment to just reset our minds, our souls, a moment of peace where we can just choose to switch off and just listen to nature, just taking this time just for you to focus on your breathing in and out, in and out, just centering yourself, allowing yourself to be in this moment, in this time, just reconnecting with what's truly important. And as I said, just find that position that you're most comfortable in. Just find that spot where you feel relaxed. And feel free, if you're following along, to wiggle your toes, move your hands, your head. Just getting into that relaxing rhythm. And just still focusing on that breathing. And just now beginning to stretch ourselves out. And stretch as far as you can, as far as what's comfortable. So important to just stretch out our bodies. Bring our hands over our heads. Bring our head back. And picture as though you're being pulled up by a single thread running from your spine, just keeping yourselves nice and straight, just being amongst nature, perhaps letting your hands touch the leaves, and just feeling that freedom, stretching out those arms that work so hard for us, helping us carry out our daily tasks. Just really taking the time to stretch out those arms. You can feel this stretch in your shoulders. And when you're ready, move on to the other side. You can do this really however long you want, just however sort of much feels good, and stop if anything feels, uncomfortable. This is all about just doing you, finding your comfort, and bringing the arms behind us. Just really stretching out the back and our shoulders. And even draw your head downwards so you get a bigger stretch. But just really making sure that we are stretching out all those muscles. Really allowing our backs to get this gift of a lovely stretch. And bringing the arms forward, palms facing outwards. You can feel this stretch all along the arms and still with the shoulders and back. Try to keep them as straight as you can, but don't worry. This is all about just minimizing pressure, just ensuring that you are relaxed and happy. And then of course you can just have a nice wriggle out. Some of the most freeing things we can do is actually just shaking all our limbs out, rotating our wrists and our hands, just really letting go of any tension and stress we may be feeling in our hands. Think of all the things our hands go through during the day, helping to complete our everyday tasks. Even things like using our devices can put pressure on our hands, so it's good to give back and stretch out. And it's important to have fun when you're doing things like this, finding out what works and what doesn't. And just stretching now, up your arm, really feeling that stretch along your side, and stretching the other side, feeling relaxed and calm. And as we stretch out, the sun peeks its head out again, and we're graced by its warmth and radiance. I always think the sun makes everything feel just that little bit better. And we can continue to just stretch out, stretch those arms, and really just move your head side to side. Just getting that good stretch in with your neck. Your neck's a place where you can really feel that tension, feel that tightness. So it's nice to be able just to stretch out and release. And again, this is all about what feels comfortable to you. Just really feeling what feels good. Rotating those shoulders and just appreciating being in nature, being amongst the birds and the bees and the butterflies. Bringing those shoulders forward and back, making sure that every part of you feels nice and stretched out and nice and relaxed. And now what you can do is actually press your knees, if you're sat like I am, into the ground. And you can even bring them in front of you and just do a nice stretch downwards. This is a lovely stretch for the back, and again, these stretches aren't sort of your full yoga style stretches or anything like that. They're not supposed to be. These are just normal, kind of natural, what feels good stretches. This is just really focusing on just making sure those muscles are nice and loose. And make sure you're wearing something nice and comfy. This is all about just being free, and we can take our arms now and link them together with a couple of our fingers or a whole hand and just get a lovely stretch along the back. Just really stretching out. Making sure that you just do this for the amount of time that feels comfortable. And just really finding what works for you. Think about how grateful you are to just be in the sunshine and feeling free and happy. Feeling that breeze. Being thankful for the sun on your face. Just feeling calm and grateful. Just stretching those arms up above your head. And just feeling blessed for our surroundings. To still be here, to still be happy and be free. And I think it's so important to just focus on gratitude and things that we're thankful for. And I think one of the things we can take for granted is nature, being outdoors. And sometimes we can be so focused on materialistic things that we can forget how lucky we are to have all of our surroundings, beautiful forests and beaches, lakes, streams, everything. We're just so lucky to have these sights. And even if you're somewhere where you don't have much of an outdoor space, I want you to still be grateful for whatever fresh air you're able to get, and just make the most of where you are. Even if that means you have to create a little indoor-outdoor space, getting some plants inside and creating a little green zone. Nature and plants breathe so much life, not only into rooms but also into ourselves. So it's so important to just feel nice and grateful. And if you want to stretch out a bit more, you can. Just bringing the arm over the head. And just feeling where it feels comfortable. Making sure that you don't overstretch to where it's not uncomfortable. And just bringing those arms up, just feeling so calm, so free, so relaxed. Just enjoying the atmosphere, enjoying that freedom. Just really taking the time to feel calm and relaxed. Being grateful for what you have and just stretching out, really just allowing yourself this time to just stay calm. Just appreciating what you have and just feeling freer and calmer. And now, with the majority of our stretching over, we can go into a nice comfortable position. I've chosen this position with my hands just gently rested upon my knees. I'm drawing my body upwards as if being pulled up by a thread, ensuring that my core is engaged. and I'm just focusing on my breathing. And that's what I'd like you to do now. Just focus on your breathing and find a place that's comfortable for you. A place where you just feel completely relaxed, and it's almost a place where it would feel impossible to not be relaxed. And I want you, whilst you're sat there, and perhaps you could be listening to this with music, or maybe you're just watching this almost silently, and I'm just accompanying you in your meditation session. But however you're choosing to watch or listen, I'd encourage you to just stop for a moment in your mind and just think about the things that you are truly grateful for. Sometimes when people are asked this question, they can get a little bit flustered. And that's a natural response, because we can often find it quite hard to pinpoint some of the things. So I think one of the best things to do is to actually focus on what some may consider the small things. So this is things like being able to afford food to eat and be able to prepare that every day. Hopefully being healthy or on the path towards healthiness. Being grateful to have a roof over your head. Being grateful to have someone in your life, whether that be online or offline, who you can talk to. And now with social media, we find ourselves a bit more engrossed in the online world, and therefore many more of us share many more online based connections, which can be wonderful to connect with those on the other side of the world. So it doesn't matter whether you have people physically with you, just think about those connections that you have in your life. And think about how they make you feel. Think about if you're coming from a place of anxiety and tension. Think about all those times where you have actually been able to be relaxed and to be calm. Think about how nice it feels to just be able to be yourself, to not have to put on a show, and to feel this self-love, to be okay with not only how you are on the outside, but most importantly how you are on the inside. Are you a good person? Are you kind? These are the things that truly matter in life. And when we look back in many, many years, we won't really remember the items, let's say of clothing, that we purchased, but instead the memories and connections that we made. And those memories and connections come to us by being a kind person and by offering something to the world that's more than just how we look. We can offer so much if we just learn to love ourselves and open up and be free. And don't get me wrong, it can be difficult, especially if you do suffer with anxiety, to like yourself as a whole. But what I always think is, if you ever get to a place where perhaps you're not liking yourself so much, just write down 10 things that you really like about yourself. It could be that you think you're a good friend. It could be that you're kind to animals or your pets. It could be that you make others laugh. Simple little things. Just think about, if you can't make it to 10, just 5. Just writing down a few of these things will really help to install this sense of self-worth, because you do bring so much. And in our moments of self-doubt, we can forget all of these things, and we can get clouded by our own self-doubt. And what's important is that we take moments like this to just rid ourselves of these negative thoughts and vibes. And we just focus on what makes us happy. Sometimes this may mean doing a little bit of a cleanse in our lives. So ridding yourself of situations and people who may be making you unhappy or tense or anxious. And sometimes it can be very difficult to rid yourselves of these things. But what I want to tell you is that it can be done. There is a way out, and if you're not happy, change is possible. And you deserve change for the better. Change for the good. You are worth it. You need to start believing in yourself. You need to start giving yourself this time to focus just on you and all of your positive attributes. It's not narcissistic or vain to focus on these things that you really love about yourself. And if anybody tells you otherwise, then you must not listen to them. It's so important to appreciate ourselves and what we have. And sometimes people will be jealous. Sometimes people can be mean. And that comes from a place of their own self-doubt. So rather than focus on their negativity, just ask that they get to a place where they feel happy and they feel like they don't have to downgrade others to boost their self-worth. Remember, it's okay to feel sad. It's okay to have self-doubt. But what's so important is to recognise that you deserve self-love. You deserve this time of relaxation and happiness. You deserve this time to reflect and to feel good and at peace. And just breathing, something that's so simple, so natural, something that we do every day without even realising. But when we actually take the time to focus on our breathing, it centres us and grounds us and allows us to be grateful for our bodies and the beautiful things that it can do. Something so natural, yet something so pure, and something that grounds us. Just feel grateful to breathe in and out that fresh air. Feel grateful to have this moment in time where we can just relax. We can be ourselves and be free and be in this moment. It's so important to recognise that not everyone takes these times for themselves, but you are taking this moment just for you to almost press the reset button, to focus on what feels right, to focus on what feels natural, And it's important in these times to realise that not everyone's path to relaxation and rest is the same. Some may need to practice relaxation and meditation every single day, a couple of times a day, or more. Some may just need a weekly reset session. But however often you choose to take this time, just make sure you do choose some time. We can often feel a little bit selfish in these moments, but what is half an hour of relaxation and rest in the grand scheme of things? And at the end of the day, if it brings you happiness and good health, then it shouldn't even come up as a question. Just focus on you. Focus on this moment, on this time. Think about everything you've been through, how far you've come, how much you've overcome things. Think about all those times where you've had self-doubt and you've overcome things. You deserve to feel happiness. You deserve good health. You deserve this moment of total and utter rest and relaxation. Because you deserve to feel good. You deserve to be loved. And just think about nature, just for these last few moments. Think about how nature goes about its business. It doesn't need technology or social media. The birds and the bees function. Everything has its cycle, and everything is where it's supposed to be. And just think about how nice that would be for you. The simplicity that nature offers is like no other. Its pure and simple beauty draws you in and welcomes you with open arms. I want you to think about doing that in your life, just opening your arms to the thought of that welcomed rest and relaxation. That moment where you need to relax and rest. Next time you feel a little anxious or stressed, you can just simply focus your mind on how good it feels to just be still, be at peace, and be calm. Just where you're supposed to be, just like nature. So whilst you continue to focus on your breathing, to focus on how calm you feel, how well rested you feel, you can just simply take these last few moments to breathe and focus on the sounds of the nature around you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll leave you with the calming sounds of my garden. I hope you'll join me again soon for another restful relaxation session. Thank you.